Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Barcelona have won the 24-25 La Liga season. They are now La Liga champions after defeating Espanyol 2-0 from a golazo from Lamine Yamal and a golazo from Fermin Lopez to put in the dagger to end the game. Wow, guys, thankfully we got the win today. Thankfully we were able to finish it off against the city rivals Espanyol, and thankfully Real Madrid won their game yesterday, so we can have the the glory of winning it ourselves instead of depending on them to drop points or lose their match. But yeah, Barcelona are champions. There's so much to talk about when it comes to this Barcelona season, what they have accomplished, things we probably would have not imagined going into the season, like just no way. This Hansi Flick side has improved massively in just one season and has given us so much hope for the future. Like, let's be honest, like this team has been incredible. The youngsters stepping up, the veterans stepping up. This whole team has stepped up. Hansi Flick has done wonders with this squad, and the future is bright. That's all I can say. The future is definitely bright. But for today, we'll talk about that another day. We'll talk about the season in general in another day. But today, we're going to quickly talk about the match, what I thought about the match, because I wouldn't say it was an incredible match. I think we struggled for sure. And I also want to talk about the CLASICO a little bit, just because these last couple of days I wasn't able to upload just because I had problems with my computer. I haven't been able to record. But I'm back for the meanwhile. So since I'm back, I want to give my thoughts and opinions about that CLASICO, because I couldn't let out my rage, my outrage during those moments when that happened, like after the game, because things had technical difficulties. But let's quickly talk about the Espanyol game really quickly. So Barcelona's line up with Szczesny in goal, Eddie Garcia, Ronald Araujo, Andres Christensen, and Gerard Martin in the back line. Midfield of Frenkie de Jong, Pedri, and Dani Olmo. And up top, Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, and Rafinha. So from the players that we have available, that's basically our strongest team that we can really put out, right? Obviously, Inigo Martinez and Cubarsí would preferably be the center half pairing that Hansi Flick has basically trusted the whole season, but I think Paco Barci had a little bit of a knock, so just to be careful with him. And Inigo Martinez was suspended for this match, so Hansi Flick decided to go with Ronald Araujo and Andres Christensen. Up top, Lewandowski started today. Ferran Torres has come down with appendicitis, so he had surgery for that. So he's basically out for the rest of the season. So Lewandowski's get his getting the start after a while out after an injury. And obviously him trying to get some goals back into his locker room, just because he wants to fight for that Pichichi, which at this point I think it's completely and utterly over. I don't think he'll have a chance to come back unless he scores like 4 goals in the next 2 matches, each. I don't think that's gonna happen, to be honest. But yeah, Lewandowski comes back today, and the fullbacks, Balde's obviously back already, but I think Hansi Flick didn't want to take any risk with him. Just played Gerard Martin, who's been pretty decent in the last couple matches, and Eddie Garcia, basically our best right back substitution that we have right now. It just looks like Hansi Flick trusts Eddie Garcia more than he does with Hector Fort. But the rest of the team, basically the same old. But going into the match, first half, I thought it was awful. I thought we were very, very slow. I didn't think we were in the front foot at all. I don't remember any clear chances that we had. Just like one shot from Lewandowski that went wide. Espanyol had 2 clear chances to go up in that match. Thankfully they didn't. Thankfully they bottled it. One great save from Szczesny and just one miss hit. But yeah, that first half was very slow from Barcelona. We just didn't do much. Like, I can't really say much about the first half. The only outstanding players I could give credit to was, Pedri. Besides that, everyone was pretty much slow. They weren't as involved as we would want them to. Even Lamine Yamal, like, he wasn't doing much in that first half. But second half was a completely different story. Like, in the second half, Lamine Yamal was the main spark. He was the guy that, he's like, all right, bet. First half was just, just to get a feel of the game. Second half, I'm going to step up. And that's exactly what he did. He started going more and attacking his defender, and creating a lot more dangerous chance for us. Besides that, Rafinha, Lewandowski, Dani Olmo, I wouldn't say had a great game at all. I think they were very little involved. They didn't really do much. They didn't really create much. I was really disappointed with their performances. Pedri, Frenkie de Jong, I thought were great today. I think they were. I saw after the game, Pedri came out that individually he didn't think it was his best performance, but the work rate that he puts into the matches, being that guy to want us to get into the game, involved into the game, attacking especially, like I would give him credit for a good performance today. Frenkie de Jong defensively and attacking wise, I thought he was pretty good as well. When it comes to the fullback situations, Gerard Martin didn't really inspire much in the first half. That's why Balde came into the second half to try to get us more attacking, especially on the left side. But I really want to say was like Balde brought in that spark, but I wouldn't say he was spectacular that really got us into the game. It was mostly Lamine Yamal. Eddie Garcia, I thought he had a great performance today. I thought he was pretty solid going forward defensively. He's really solidified his right back position. Honestly, it's been a revelation because I would have never expected Eddie Garcia to be a right back ever. Like, I thought he was great today. Good performance from Eddie Garcia. Center backs, Araujo comes off for Pau Cubarsí in the second half. I think he had some discomfort with his knee or something. Pau Cubarsí comes in for him, and not bad from the center halves. I think, and Andres Christensen had a great performance as well. He made some good recoveries. Like, you can see that he has a spark of pace in him, which is necessary when you want to play Hansi Flick's system. And I just hope that Andres Christensen stays next season because I love Christensen. I loved him since he's joined Barcelona. I think he's been I would say he's probably Inigo has improved massively this season, but before I would 100% say he was the second best on the ball center half that we had because Paco Barci's number one and Andres Christensen is amazing on the ball. His distribution is great too. So we'll see because Inigo has definitely stepped up, but definitely better than Araujo, definitely better than Eddie Garcia on the ball. But yeah, Andres Christensen has shown some sparks, shown some definitely shown something that he can definitely fit in the system and definitely be someone that Hansi Flick can trust in the near future. Paco Barci, good performance to him. He stepped up a lot, made some good recoveries as well, made some great tackles, good performance from him. But overall in the second half is mostly Lamine Yamal just waking up and stepping up and getting us on the front foot and getting the attack going because we all saw that amazing goal that he had, over the top to Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo brings it down, passes it back to Lamine. Lamine just cuts through the middle and just, oh my God, bro. Just thinking about it. Like, bro, he just curls it, top bins, bro. Top bins. Like, this is basically becoming his signature move at this point. Like, we're saying, like, amazing shot, but, like, you guys just don't understand how hard it is to, like, do that at that pace while defenders are on you, just running with the ball and then, boom, just hitting it one time like that, bro. That was an amazing goal from Lamine Yamal. He's done that multiple times this season. And, wow. Like, if he just continues improving his finishing, we can see that a lot more in the near future. But amazing goal from Lamine Yamal to finally get us back up in the game. In between that, we started in the front foot. Espanyol, really a little bit quiet. Towards the end, they started to wake up. Obviously, after they got the red card, they started to wake up, surprisingly. They get a red card after one of their players like punches Lamine Yamal in the stomach, in the gut. That's a red because the first, like, when he's defending, when he's trying to like keep Lamine away from the ball, like the first action he puts his hand like this on him, and then the second he puts a fist and then he does that. That makes no sense. Like, obviously that's a red card because, like, he went in with the intention to really hurt Lamine, to really, do some kind of action on Lamine to, like, hurt him. So, yeah, clear red card, and 10 men down Espanyol, who were already weak in that second half, and they got even weaker. But at the same time, like, they started to attack us a lot more when they went 10 men down. I don't know why. They were probably just got inspired. But, yeah, they were attacking for sure, but they didn't really have any clear chances to, put the dagger, like, on us to, like, make us try to get a second goal. But I was definitely fiending for that second goal just to be more secure. But thankfully, they didn't do anything. And then towards the end, Fermin Lopez gets an amazing goal as well, where before the goal, he nutmegs one of the Espanyol players, but then loses it. But then puts a tackle in so Lamine can get it, and Lamine with the intelligence. Like, the Espanyol player slides into it, but Lamine stays calm, waits. Because if Lamine attacked it as well, they probably would have rebounded somewhere else. But Lamine waits. The Espanyol player doesn't get good contact on it. Lamine just takes it, sets up Fermin perfectly, and Fermin with an amazing, incredible finish. The finish we've been basically seeing from Fermin most of his career on the Barcelona. Just, put him bottom net easy. But yeah, great goal from Fermin Lopez, and that was the dagger. That literally ended the game at that point. Espanyol had no chance, and boom, Barcelona won the game and officially become La Liga champions. We wanted to celebrate on the pitch, but, looking back at what happened 2 years ago when we won the Liga Espanyol, we started celebrating in the middle, in a circle, always, jumping and, having fun. And then the Espanyol Ultras jump into the pitch and start trying to attack La Barcelona players. So Hansi Flick said he didn't want to, a repeat of that for sure. He didn't want a repeat of that. He doesn't want his players getting hurt. And he said we were going to celebrate in the most respectful way possible. But I mean, I don't know what that means really. Like, you just clap and just be calm. But no, obviously the players are going to celebrate. They're going to jump onto the pitch. You know, they're going to start jumping around, celebrating that they just won La Liga, right? But some Espanyol players got pissed. You know, started attacking the Barcelona players. You know, verbally and started talking their shit. I saw an Espanyol player got thrown on the ground. I don't know who did that. Maybe Gabi. He's the boy. Hansi Flick, I was already telling everyone, guys, calm down, just chill. You know, they turn on the sprinklers to, maybe get the players off the pitch, but I don't really think that would really do anything because they're already sweaty as hell, so they're already wet. So I don't know what they were trying to do with that. But Hansi Flick tried to keep it respectful, but the players, you can't just control their emotions like that. They want to celebrate. They're happy. They just won the Liga. So. They got to celebrate a little bit on the pitch, but then get off respectfully. Then go celebrate in the locker room, and then we'll celebrate later on for sure when they do the parade and everything. But yeah, Barcelona thankfully got the win today because it probably would have been more of a struggle trying to get it against Villarreal or Athletic Club. But I'm just happy. I'm just happy that Barcelona were able to win La Liga today and finish it off against the city rivals, deservingly so. And again, just kudos to the team, kudos to Hansi Flick and everything they've done this whole season. They've been incredible this season. There's so much to talk about that. Like, hopefully I can make a video with my friends, who are also Barcelona fans. We could just talk about the whole season in general, but we'll talk about that another day. But yeah, Hansi Flick has done wonders with this team. Credit to the players. Lamine Yamal, I think today's again assured like why he should win the Ballon d'Or. I talk about that another day as well. But Lamine Yamal he's just him, bro. He's just him. But yeah, congratulations to the Barcelona players. Congratulations to the CULERS all around the world. We won La Liga, and now let me quickly talk about the CLASICO. Like I said, I wasn't able to talk about the CLASICO because I had some technical difficulties, but now I'm here to talk about the CLASICO. So if you want to hear my opinions on it, stay tuned. But if you don't, you already heard enough. Thank you for watching. I love you. But let me quickly talk about the CLASICO. So I live streamed the game for sure. You guys can see my live reaction, but I didn't give my full-on opinion on it. So obviously, we go 2-0 down after 15 minutes. With the first goal, a rebound, people were complaining that it was an offside from Mbappe. It rebounded of Cubarsí. Like, Cubarsí literally set it up for him, so I wouldn't really consider it an offside. But I can understand why people would say it was an offside, right? But the ball was never intended for Mbappe in the first place. It kind of just deflected off of Cubarsí. Cubarsí made the mistake of not controlling it well, and he kind of set it up for him as well for getting a little touch on it. Szczesny comes off his line, and I don't know what the hell he was doing there. He wasn't thinking, obviously, and, just brought down Mbappe, and that's a clear penalty for sure. Mbappe steps up, takes it, and scores. Szczesny probably could have saved it, to be honest, but yeah. Then the second goal, at first when I saw it live, I didn't really, I said foul, but when I saw the replay at first, I was like, oh yeah, he didn't get fouled. But then I looked at the replay, and then my friend, like who was next to me, showed me a replay of it again, and it was a foul. He got stepped on. Lamine Yamal got stepped on by Valverde. That's how they started the counterattack. I'm like, all right, robbery number one. But yeah, they hit us on the counterattack. Vinny steps up Mbappe perfectly. I would blame Cubarsí a little bit there because usually the way that Barcelona plays, since we play the high line, since that's our way of playing, most players would step up. Step up at the right time to keep that player offside. But Cubarsí was chasing him for some reason, staying on with him. I don't know why, because he was in behind him. Like, he had no chance. If Vinny made that pass, Cubarsí had no chance. So a little bit of fault on Cubarsí there. But the moment he got through, is obvious he was going to score. Like, that's an easy finish for Mbappe right there. So 2-0 down. But I could say that I was still confident. I was definitely still confident. Like, this is one of the Clásicos that I've gone into like without any nerves. Probably because I was still numb after the Champions League lost. But I was going into this game with absolutely no nerves at all. Like, when they went 2-0 up, I was obviously upset because we gave up stupid goals. But I wasn't like, all right, it's done, it's over, we're clipped. I still had the confidence that we were going to make the comeback. And that's exactly what we did after Eder Garcia gets us back into the game from a corner kick. Like, before that corner kick we scored, we had like 6 different corner kicks and we messed up so many. So I was like, come on, one has to work. We had like 10 corner kicks by the time of the second half. I'm like, we have to work on corner kicks, on set pieces, because we waste so many. But thankfully this one worked. Inigo Martinez gets a hit into it, and then it lands for Eder Garcia, who's left all alone. An easy goal for Eder Garcia, gets us back into the game. The second goal, a beautiful goal from Lamine Yamal, just curls it in so beautifully. Like, the way Pedri just runs through 2 players, makes the pass to Ferran. Ferran sets up Lamine, and Lamine just curls it beautifully. thankfully, and 2-2, easy comeback. Barcelona just after that just stepped up massively after we went 2-0 down, because the 2 goals that they got came from counterattacks. It wasn't ever because Real Madrid were better than us or they were dominating us. It just came out from 2 mistakes from us, because in between the first goal and the second goal, it was all us. We make that mistake or that foul on Lamine, and then they hit us on the counter and they get the goal. It was never because Madrid were dominating us or better than us. Just 2 mistakes where, you can be making as a team for sure. But, that's Madrid. That's their plan. Like, they want to hit you on these kind of occasions. But, yeah, after their second goal, it was just all us attacking. So many opportunities. Lamine steps up Rafinha for amazing, just a little outside the foot. I think that was off the third goal though. Like that little outside the foot pass that Lamine makes for Rafinha, and Rafinha headers it out. But the third goal came from Rafinha after, I don't know what I don't know what's his name, what Ceballos and Mbappe were doing there. They gave each other a little peck in the face, a little kiss in the face, and then Pedri just steals it, sets up Rafinha perfectly, and Rafinha with that clinical finish we've been seeing from him all season long. I was finally happy to see him score like that, because I think it's been a while since we seen him score some kind of goal like that, like with such confidence, with such ease, and the confidence from the fans that he's going to score it, because he's had occasions like that in the last couple games before that, and he would miss them, to be honest. And thankfully, when he set him up, I was like, all right, it's going in. He has to score it, and he scored it perfectly. Slots it in, easy, 3-2 Barcelona. Epic comeback of dreams. And then the fourth goal, that's why I gave my prediction as to why Lucas Vázquez shouldn't start these games. I really don't understand what's going through Ancelotti's head, like why you would start on Lucas Vázquez. Rafinha takes it from him easily, bullies him off the ball, sets up, gives it to Ferran. Ferran gives it right back, and then goal. Rafinha, easy, sweaty, 4-2. 4-2 in the first half. The epic comeback of dreams. Barcelona are just increíble. Increíble. What a comeback, bro. Like, I can't lie. We should have made it 5 for sure. Rafinha had that chance. Tchouaméni should have gotten a red card because Ferran Torres was through when that foul where I think Inigo makes an over the top for Ferran. Ferran gets past Tchouaméni, and Tchouaméni brings him down. In my opinion, it should have been a red, because Ferran Torres, if he got that ball, he would have been a slight more, he would have been having an advantage going forward in front of Tchouaméni, and Rafinha was on the other side for a clear sweaty. A clear, just straight pass to Rafinha, and Rafinha would have finished it so easily. So, in my opinion, that's what I was a red. People are saying it's not a red because he was in the last man. There was still space for Tchouaméni to catch up to him, for sure. But there was also enough space for Ferran to take advantage of, so he could have made that easy pass to Rafinha, and Rafinha would have easily finished it. That's all I'm saying. But, yeah, whatever. But again, it was just all like Barcelona in that first half. We were incredible. Second half, again, all Barcelona. And then again, another stupid mistake where Inigo Martinez, I don't know what he was trying there, loses the ball in a bad manner. And I think it was Luka Modric who made that pass to Vinny Jr. He gets in behind, and then, easy sweaty for Mbappe. He gets the hat trick. Kudos to him. He got a hat trick. Like most times when a player gets a hat trick against any team, you will celebrate them as the man of the match. You will celebrating in a better way because, that would usually mean you're getting your team to win. But when you're playing against Barcelona, that's not the case. Guerasai got a hat-trick against us. Paldavis got a hat-trick against us. Iglesias got a hat-trick against us. But the only one that has got the win was Guerasai. But at the same time, they got knocked out of the Champions League. So getting a hat-trick against Barcelona might be all good and dandy for the individual player. But when it comes to actually winning the game, getting the result that you want, it's not that easy, right? Barcelona showed it again. Kudos to Mbappe. He was definitely the best player for Real Madrid, getting that hat-trick. But the rest of the team, the defense, was just shit. They were terrible. But, yeah, that was unfortunate. I don't give a fuck what anyone tells me. I'm going to say that this game ended 5-3. Because that fifth goal counted for me. In my world, in my head, it counted for me. Because the fact that dickhead ref counted it as a handball. But then for Tchouaméni's, when he went to the VAR, had a 4K camera angle of what happened there. He went, I need glasses, I'm blind, I don't know what happened. But for for Fermin's, okay, I can see that handball. Dickhead, man. Dickhead, bro. He ruined the vibes. He ruined the great goal and the vibes after the way that they celebrated, man. I cannot believe that, bro. That pissed me off. That pissed me off because Tchouaméni, I don't understand how that's not a handball. Ferran shoots it, which was going to go in, by the way. It was going to go in if it didn't hit Tchouaméni's hand. It hits him right here. Oh, but the ref. Oh, but it's because he was jumping and he was going to put his hand back. That's why. Who gives a fuck? His hand was still out here. It was still out here. It wasn't here. It wasn't here. It was here. And it hits him. That's a handball. The fuck? That's a penalty. Clear penalty. But for Fermin's, it rebounds off of him, off his hand. It hits him like that. You know, it hits him like that. Like that. And it lands for Valverde. Valverde loses himself after Fermin just steals it from him. It's not like that handball had any influence to the goal. Valverde just lost it. And then Fermin runs through the defense of Real Madrid and bangs it in. Like, the fuck, bro? Come on, bro. That pissed me off so much because I'm like, bro, you just ruined the vibes of the celebration. You know, getting the La Manita against Real Madrid. And Fermin's birthday goal, bro. It was his birthday. The fuck, ref? You're such a dickhead for that, bro. Hernandez. What a dick for that, bro. Yeah. I don't understand it, but I'm counting as 5-3. I don't give a fuck. I'm counting as 5-3. But yeah, Barcelona were just dominant. They were so dominant. They were the better team. They deserved the win. Thankfully, also that academy player that came off the bench for Real Madrid, I forgot his name. He skied in. Oh man, he had a clear opportunity and he skied it. Thankfully, because yeah, he would have tied it up the game there because that was a good opportunity for him. You know, some questions going around. Why didn't Rodrigo come in? Apparently, until Ancelotti, he wasn't 100% fit for some reason, maybe sick for something. But yeah, thankfully Rodrigo didn't come in because if that was Rodrigo, that would have, you know, he would have, you know, definitely scored that. But yeah, Real Madrid get an offside goal from Tchouaméni's header where Mbappe was in the way. He did have influence. He was in the way. Like you could have interpreted it as Szczesny probably would have imagined since Mbappe was there, he could have touched the ball and made him dive another way because the way that Szczesny dived, or dove, he hesitated a bit. He hesitated. So he could have interpreted that Mbappe was going to get a touch to it and he was going to send him the other way. So, you know, he definitely had influence in that goal, even if he didn't touch it. So, yeah, clear offside. But overall, it was a great game from Barcelona. Great game from Barcelona. Every player stepped up today. From Real Madrid's end, a terrible match. Wow. That was the worst way they could have ended it for Carlo Ancelotti's last ever CLASICO. I mean, who knows? We never know who ever come back because, you know, Real Madrid tend to bring managers back like Zidane and Ancelotti. So who knows if it will be his last ever CLASICO. I'm going to assume that it is, but that was the worst fashion to send them off in because Real Madrid were just awful in that match. Lucas Vázquez, Raúl Asensio, Tchouaméni, Fran Garcia. Terrible matches. The midfield, Bellingham, even Valverde, who I would usually give him some credit because he will be that workhorse and giving some effort. He didn't have a good game at all. You know, I was even surprised that he played the whole game because that injury looked like that foul where he was on the ground. Like it looked like he was, you know, down and out at that point. But I mean, what other options do Madrid have? Like they have to keep him on at that point. But yeah, Jude Bellingham was terrible that match. Valverde, not a great match for sure. Who else? Arda Güler, I forgot he was even playing in some occasions. Like when he got the ball, like no magic happened. So I think overhyped a little bit. And Mbappe was the best player, and Vinicius Jr. Balloon the ooh, be careful. Ooh, 10 times harder. Ooh. Wow, bro. He got 2 assists, yeah. The first assist was good, you know, good little Travella. The second assist, I mean, mistake from Barca. Like, it was pretty easy. If he didn't get that assist, it would have been embarrassing for him. I think he was definitely scared to get the goal himself. But besides that, he was going up against Eddie Garcia, and he still had no confidence. Like, Eddie Garcia locked him down. It was pretty easy for Eddie Garcia. Like, Eddie Garcia didn't trust. Like, that was the one player I was, worried about to step up against Vinny, but Eddie Garcia was like, I got it. No worry. Vinny, wow. This second half of the season for you, buddy, has not been great, has it? Yeah, it's looking, I would cash in, to be honest, if I was a Madrista, but, you know, who knows? Who knows what happens there? But for Barcelona's end, I think everyone was great. Everyone's amazing. Eddie Garcia had a great match. Their center halves, Inigo Martinez, I thought had a great match. Gobarci, you know, he was in fault, like I say, for 2 of the goals, but, you know, decent match. He comes off with an injury, and Christensen comes in. When Christensen comes on, I thought he was great. You know, there was that one tackle he made from Vinny when Vinny had a clear pass ages ago to Mbappe. For some reason, Vinny takes a year. Christensen, thankfully, gets in the way of that, but mostly fault on Vinny, but still great tackle from Christensen. I thought he came on great. Gerard Martin, decent match, not bad. Balde comes in for him, and then brings that little spark for sure. Midfield, Frankie de Jong, Pedri, and Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo, mid, not great, not terrible. Pedri, great match from him. Frankie de Jong, great match, but not only that, just what really inspired me, or not inspired, but really touched me, and what really made me happy about his performance was that leadership that he just put on that pitch that day. Like the way that he just tackled the Real Madrid players. Anytime they called a foul on him, he would just get upset. He would just get frustrated. Like he would just show that he really wanted to win that match, not only for himself but for the players, for the team, for the fans, right? He was just showing so much passion and energy. Like that's the first time I've really seen him like that all season long. So that's what really I loved about his performance. Not only did he put up a great performance, but that passion that he showed wearing that armband. Like Frankie de Jong, got my respect right there for sure. Up top, Ferran Torres, I thought had an amazing match. He got a hat-trick of assists that game, and the way he dropped deep, the way he collected the ball with such confidence, like he was great in that match. He's the one that got the Raul Asensio and Tchouaméni both yellow cards to make the defense a little bit even more shaky, because they had to take less risks, because he's the one that got them the yellow cards. Like Ferran Torres was incredible. Rafinha, he got the 2 goals. I thought that was his best match in recent games. Like he was incredible in that match as well. And Lamine Yamal, first half was incredible. Second half probably slowed down a little bit, but still was great. But yeah, Barcelona just won that match in such a dominating fashion. Like the way they just made the comeback and just dominated completely after that was just basically the story of the Clásicos all season long. Like Barcelona had just been way better than Madrid. From the first Clásico to now, Madrid in the first 2 Clásicos were disgusting. They were terrible. And then the last 2, they started to improve a little bit more, but they just can't handle Madrid. Like Lamine Yamal said, they can score 2, 3 more than us. We know make the comeback. They just can't beat us this season. They just cannot beat us this season. Barcelona just been too much for Real Madrid. You can blame Ancelotti. You can blame the players. You can blame a bunch of things, but it's just a matter of Barcelona are just too good. They were just too good for Real Madrid this season, and they showed it once again after beating them 5-3. I don't care. 5, La Manita. 5. Ooh. All right. So yeah, those were my opinions. Those were my opinions quickly about the Clásico. Again, if you guys already probably heard a lot about it, but you didn't hear from me. So there you go. But yeah. Overall, I'm happy that Barcelona are La Liga champions. We've done it. We have accomplished it. The season is officially over now. Barcelona don't have to fight for any more titles until next season. So next season, we'll see what Barcelona are able to do with hopefully new signings, hopefully coming back to the Camp Nou, and just inspired from what we accomplished this season and to replicate it in the next season and do even better by hopefully getting to a final of the Champions League, because that still lingers in my head. There are nights I still think about it, because that was a tragic night. Obviously, I wish we were in the final, but that's life. That's football. That's how it is. But yeah, we'll see what happens in that final for sure. Hopefully, Inter Milan win it. We cannot allow Ousmane Snake Ballet win that shit. Hell no. But yeah. Let me know what you guys thought about the video down in the comments below. What you thought about the Espanyol match. What you thought about my little, quick rundown of what happened in the Clásico. Who was your man of the match for this game today against Espanyol? I would give it to, at first I said Pedri, because I thought he actually had a good match. But then I'll give it to Lamine Yamal. He got the goal and assist. Like that goal literally is the one that just broke the tie and got us the win, basically. Lamine Yamal. I'm going to make a separate video about him, but there's just so much to talk about this kid. So much. But yeah, let me know all those things down in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, favorite, hit the notification bell for every time we upload. Share you to friends that love Barcelona, that love football. And I'll see you guys on the next video, whenever that is. Much love, take care, and peace.